Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a talk given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on March 8th, 2019 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Angulam Ayadhegaram Yakshivataman Vande Sri Guru Nidharinam Paramanandamadavam Sri Chaitanya Ishram Hare Om Tatsat Hare Om Tatsat Hare Om Tatsat Hare Om. So this morning we had the adivas of the Parikrama.
So this morning we had the adivas of Parikrama.
We went to the Jolopit,
We went to Yogapit,
the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya.
the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya.
We heard from different sannyasis,
We heard from different sannyasis,
senior devotees,
senior devotees,
and this way we started our Parikrama very auspiciously.
This way we started our Parikrama very auspiciously.
So, how many are going on Parikrama?
So how many are going on Parikrama?
So there's also facility in going in the morning by bus, come back by bus.
There's also a facility you can go in the morning by bus and you can come in the evening by bus
And stay here.
and stay here.
And also a facility to camp out.
There is also a facility to camp out,
And most people camp out.
and most people camp out.
They have big tents
They have big tents
and separate for men, separate for women,
separate for men, separate for women,
and showering facilities,
shower facilities,
toilets, all the necessities of life.
all the toilets and all the necessities of life.
So this is all the Gaudiya ones. They walk through the place and walk back.
So the Gaudiya Math, they walk through the place and they walk back,
Walking, double walk.
double walk.
You don't have to walk so far. You go one camp to the other.
You don't have to walk so far, you go from one camp to the other camp.
And spend more time hearing.
You spend more time in hearing.
Unfortunately, this year there's an overlap.
Unfortunately, this year there's an overlap.
4 days of the GBC meetings are at the same time as Parikrama.
4 days of the GBC meetings are at the same time as Parikrama.
I hope to give class every morning before the GBC meetings.
I hope to give class every day before the GBC meetings
And broadcast it to the parties.
and broadcast it to the parties.
So then after the GBC meetings, I'll be more active.
Then after the GBC meetings, I'll be more active.
I would still like to communicate with each party.
But we still would like to communicate with each party.
And we have many sannyasis or senior devotees, non-GBCs who are going out with the parties.
We have many senior devotees, sannyasis, and non-GBCs who are going out with the party.
We requested from the Mayapur management that next year there will be no overlap.
We requested the Mayapur management that
We, the
Mayapur management requested that there would be no overlap
in the next year.
in the next year.
Let's hope for the best.
Let's hope for the best.
So they were finishing what the fruit is of hearing whole Vacha Sridhar's moon.
Today we are hearing what the fruit is of hearing Kolavecha Sridhar's boon.
We've been waiting for this for several days now.
We have been waiting for this for several days now.
Now comes the day.
Now comes the day.
Oh, I can hardly wait.
I can hardly wait.
চৈতন্য ভাগবত মধ্যখণ্ড যত দেখো বৈষ্ণবের ব্যবহার দুঃখ নিশ্চয় জানিও সে পরমানন্দ সুখ
Whatever you see that a Vaishnava
Whatever you see a Vaishnava
in his daily life
in his daily life
as distress,
as distress,
you should know for certain
you should know for certain
that it's actually spiritual bliss, spiritual happiness. Haribo!
that's actually spiritual happiness. Haribo!
In a fully engaged devotee's life,
In a fully engaged devotee's life,
if he has scarcity rather than external opulence,
if he has scarcity rather than external happiness, opulence,
sickness rather than good health,
sickness rather than good health,
poverty rather than wealth,
poverty rather than wealth,
ignorance rather than scholarship.
ignorance rather than scholarship,
If a person considers a Vaishnava
if a person considers a Vaishnava
is also afflicted by various deficiencies
is also afflicted by various deficiencies
and is hankering after gold, women, and fame like the commies,
and he is hankering after the gold, women, and the fame like the karmis,
thus consider him distressed,
thus consider him distressed,
to be understood to have lost their intelligence,
to have been understood to lost their intelligence,
to have lost.
to have lost their intelligence.
Some devotees like Raghunath Das Goswami,
Some devotees like Raghunath Das Goswami,
he never experienced any shortage or any distress
he never experienced any shortage or any distress materially,
but he gave up everything
but he gave up everything
to follow Lord Chaitanya.
to follow Lord Chaitanya.
So Rupa and Sanatana
So Rup and Sanatan,
are known as Nadir Khas and Sakar Malik,
Dabir Khas and Sakar Malik,
and think that they were afflicted because they worked for Yavana king.
they think that they were afflicted because they were working for a Yavana king.
Rather, they are never afflicted by worldly distress.
Rather, they were never afflicted by the worldly distress.
They were absorbed in the service of Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet.
They were absorbed in the service of Lord Chaitanya's lotus feet.
Like this, all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya,
So like this, all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya,
Haridas Thakur,
like Haridas Thakur,
he was born in a Yavana family,
he was born in a Yavana family,
or Kolavesha Sridhar,
or Kolavecha Sridhar,
who appeared for
who appeared poor,
actually they were in ecstasy of serving Lord Chaitanya.
actually they were in ecstasy of serving Lord Chaitanya.
They never became distressed or overwhelmed
They
by
never,
ordinary people.
they never became distressed and overwhelmed by the ordinary people,
Like the ordinary people.
like the ordinary people.
So we should understand when it's Krishna's desire,
So we should understand when it's Krishna's desire
or when it's Akari's
or when it's Karmi's desire.
Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada,
Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Prabhupada,
he says that you should understand the source of spiritual happiness.
he said that we should understand the source of spiritual happiness.
That's why Sri Gaur Sundar
That's why Sri Gaur Sundar
has caused the descent of the verse
has caused the descent of the verse
Naham Vipro Mata Narapati.
Naham Vipro Cha Narapati.
Although he also was a successful businessman,
Prabhupada was also a successful businessman,
and then suddenly he lost everything.
and suddenly he lost everything.
And then they thought that all the people he thought were his friends, they all left him.
And all the people he thought they are his friends all left him.
And then he fully dedicated to Krishna consciousness.
Then he fully dedicated to Krishna consciousness.
So sometimes Krishna, he gives one some special mercy.
So sometimes Krishna, he gives one some special mercy.
Prabhupada was saying, now I have so many nice spiritual children.
Prabhupada said, now I have so many nice spiritual children.
I take care of me better than my material children would ever have taken care of me.
They are taking my care better than my material children, what they were taking care of me.
What they would ever have done.
What they would ever have done.
So Prabhupada, he was in Vrindavan, but he got again and again dreams from his spiritual master. Go out and preach to the West.
Prabhupada was in Vrindavan, but he got a dream of his spiritual master again and again to go in the West and preach.
So that's how we're all here today.
So that's how we are all here today.
And he also preached in India, and he was ordered so by the deities in Los Angeles.
Then he preached in India after he was ordered so by the deities in Los Angeles.
And he sent me to India.
And he sent me to India.
And he told me to travel around the world.
But he told me to travel around the world.
So I did both.
So I did both.
So my self-realized soul,
so for a self-realized soul,
they don't suffer any distress that is no relationship with the self.
They don't suffer any distress
which has no relationship.
Which has no relationship with the self.
If you are deprived of the service of Krishna,
if you are deprived of the service of Krishna,
that is a distress.
That is a distress.
I will.
Very good.
বিষয় অন্ধ সব কিছুই না জানে বিদ্যা মদে ধন মদে বৈষ্ণব না চিনে
The people that are blinded by material enjoyment, they don't know anything.
They don't know anything.
And intoxicated by false pride over their education.
Intoxicated by false pride of their education.
Their wealth.
Their wealth.
They can't recognize a real Vaishnava.
They cannot recognize a real Vaishnava.
Remember, Agya Rudi and Vidwan Rudi,
Remember the Agyarudi and Vidwadrudi?
the materialists, they don't understand the four Vedas,
The materialists, they don't understand the four Vedas.
they don't understand the auxiliary Vedic literatures
They don't understand the auxiliary Vedic literatures
like Ayurveda,
like Ayurveda,
Anurveda,
Dhanurveda,
and they only follow the Agya Rudi or the ignorant understanding of the scriptures.
they only follow Agyarudi or the ignorant understanding of the scriptures.
They are very much interested in their material enjoyment.
They are very much interested in their material enjoyment.
They don't understand why they're suffering in spite of having so much material possession.
They don't understand why they are suffering in spite of having so much material opulence.
I was working outside, in Montreal, pay the rent for Prabhupada's flat.
I was working outside in Montreal to pay the rent of Prabhupada's flat.
So my parents, grandparents, they were multi-millionaires.
My parents and grandparents were multi-millionaires.
But suddenly we had to all get a job. So in spite of my education or whatever, I worked cleaning up in a restaurant.
So suddenly we have to go for a job, but in spite of my education, I had to work
Sweeping, mopping a restaurant.
sweeping, mopping a restaurant.
So one client of the restaurant,
One client of the restaurant,
he came in,
he came in.
he said, I have a $5,000 suit.
He said, I have a $5,000 suit.
I have a Rolex watch.
I have a Rolex
I
watch.
have a Mercedes-Benz outside.
I have a Mercedes Benz
I
outside.
have a multi-story house.
I have a multi-story house.
I have a beautiful wife.
I have a beautiful wife,
Well, I'm not happy.
but I am not happy.
And while you're happy, you're the scum of earth.
And why are
You're
you
a
happy?
sleeper. You're a sleeper.
You are a sweeper.
I was sleeping and I was thinking of Prabhupada's lecture.
I was sweeping and I was thinking of Prabhupada's
And
lecture.
I was humming the Hare Krishna mantra.
I was humming the Hare Krishna mantra.
But I couldn't chant. The boss would fire me.
Because I could not chant, the boss will fire me.
So this is my experience in life.
So this is my experience.
I wish I could have told him
I wish I could have told him
why I'm so happy.
why I am so happy.
Because I have Krishna.
Because I have Krishna.
I have Prabhupada.
I have Prabhupada.
So these people, they have the Agyarudi, the ignorant understanding.
These people they have Agyarudi, ignorant understanding.
They don't take shelter of a bona fide guru.
They don't take shelter of the bona fide guru.
They don't have the Vidwan Rudi,
They don't have Vidwadrudi,
the understanding of the spiritual knowledge
the
given
understanding of the spiritual knowledge
by the Vedas.
given by the Vedas.
So they can only exchange their wealth for sensual happiness.
So they can only exchange their wealth for sensual happiness.
And the senses are temporary and not able to fully reciprocate.
And the senses are temporary and are not fully able to reciprocate.
That's why Vaishnavas are engaged in devotional service.
That's why Vaishnavas are engaged in devotional service.
They don't become blinded with pride
They don't become blinded with pride
due to education, wealth,
due to education, wealth, beauty, fame,
good birth.
good birth.
and don't engage in the search for material sense gratification.
They don't engage in the search for material sense gratification.
Once we had BBC guy came here.
Once we had a BBC guy came here.
He was showing travel show.
He was showing a travel show.
So he came to Mayapur and he filmed prasad distribution and various things.
So he came to Mayapur and he filmed the prasad distribution and various things.
And then we took him on the boat.
Then we took him on the boat.
And in the midst of some talk,
in the midst of some talk,
I mentioned that, we don't go after the sense gratification.
I mentioned that we don't go after the sense gratification.
He said, well, that sounds good.
He said, wow, that sounds good.
Why not?
Why not?
This is the goal of the materialist.
This is the goal of the materialist.
So when you say sense gratification,
So when we say sense gratification,
oh, yeah, I want that.
he said, wow, I want that.
I want to gratify my senses.
I want to gratify my senses.
Actually, real satisfaction comes in serving the Lord.
But actually, real satisfaction comes in serving the Lord.
That they have no access.
And that they have no access.
So the Vaishnavas are really exalted.
So the Vaishnavas are really exalted.
We hope that one day we could be a Vaishnava.
We hope that one day we could be a Vaishnava.
But these materialists, they think the Vaishnavas are inferior.
But the materialists, they think that the Vaishnavas are inferior.
They have so much.
That they have so much.
And they're very proud of their material possession.
And they are very proud of their material possession.
And they think, wow, the Vaishnavas have nothing.
They think, wow, the Vaishnavas, they have nothing.
It's like people drive by and say, get a job, get a job.
The people who?
And drive by in America, they say, get a job.
The people who drive by in America, they say, get a job, get a job.
We have a job.
We have a job.
Giving out spiritual knowledge.
Giving out the spiritual knowledge.
You see people have no access to.
Which these people have no access to.
So, Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada
So Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada
said that actually these people have no fault.
So actually, he said, actually these people have no fault.
Their fault is that they have impure intelligence.
Their fault is they have impure intelligence.
So they don't see things as they are.
So they don't see things as they are.
They don't realize why they're suffering.
They don't realize why they are suffering.
Intelligence is misguided.
Because the intelligence is misguided.
Bhagavad Puriyao Karo Buddhinas Nityananda Ninda Kare Jaive Gnas.
Even if one studies the Srimad Bhagavatam,
Even if one studies the Srimad Bhagavatam,
his intelligence may be destroyed.
his intelligence may be destroyed.
If he blasphemes Lord Nityananda,
If he blasphemes Lord Nityananda,
he'll certainly be destroyed,
he will certainly be destroyed,
be vanquished.
be vanquished.
Rather than discuss Srimad Bhagavatam with representatives of the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya,
Rather than discuss Srimad Bhagavatam with Sri Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya Vaishnavas,
proud materialists
proud materialists,
study the Srimad Bhagavatam
study the Srimad Bhagavatam
with a desire to increase their material prestige.
Study Bhagavatam with a desire to increase their material prestige.
So they discuss
Srimad
Srimad Bhagavatam
Bhagavatam
with mad persons
with mad persons
who are engaged devotional service.
who are against devotional service.
So they don't get the shelter of the Jaipur.
So they don't get the shelter of Nitai Gaur.
And they disrespect the Vaishnava Guru.
They disrespect the Vaishnava Guru.
As a result, the absence of devotion is exposed.
As a result, their absence of devotion is exposed.
They proudly advertise themselves as instructors of
They proudly advertise themselves as an instructor
the Vaishnavas
of the Vaishnavas
of the Srimad Bhagavatam.
of the Srimad Bhagavatam.
Since they don't see that the Supreme Lord is in everyone's heart,
Since they don't see that the Supreme Lord is in everyone's heart,
they see the whole world in some distorted way.
so they see the whole world in a distorted way.
They see everyone as full of misery.
They see everyone as full of miseries.
Instead, they engage themselves in many
Instead, they engage themselves in many
non-devotional activities.
non-devotional activities.
They pretend to be gurus and give initiation
They pretend to be gurus and give initiation
as initiating gurus.
as initiating gurus.
But if they would actually study Srimad Bhagavatam
But if they would actually study Srimad Bhagavatam
under a bona fide Vaishnava guru,
under a bona fide Vaishnava Guru,
and out of natural humility, they'll realize themselves
then out of natural humility they will realize themselves
as lower than the straw in the street,
as lower than the straw in the street,
and become qualified to study the Srimad Bhagavatam.
and become qualified to study Srimad Bhagavatam.
Sometimes people ask, how do we follow the third verse of the Shastra?
So sometimes people ask, how do we follow the third verse of Shiksha Astaka,
Being lower than the straw in the street.
being lower than a straw in the street?
So here it's revealed
So here it's revealed
that if you study Srimad Bhagavatam under a Vaishnava Guru,
that you study Srimad Bhagavatam under a bona fide Vaishnava Guru,
you naturally will feel humbler than the blade of grass.
you will naturally feel humbler than the blade of a grass.
শ্রীধরের বরপ্রাপ্তি আখ্যানের ফলশ্রুতি শ্রীধর পাইল বর করিয়া স্তবন ইয়া যে শুনে তারে মিলে প্রেম
Understood?
You understood?
Sridhar, anyone who hears
Anyone who hears
prayers offered by Sridhar
the prayers offered by Sridhar
and the benediction he received from the Lord,
and the benediction he received from the Lord,
they
get
the wealth of prema, of love of Godhead.
they get the wealth of prema, of love of Godhead.
Haribo,
Haribo, Haribo.
I hope you all remember the prayers of Sridhar.
I hope you all remember the prayers of Sridhar.
বৈষ্ণব নিন্দা বিহীনের কৃষ্ণ কৃপা সুলভ প্রেম ভক্তি হয় প্রভু চরণার বিন্দে সে কৃষ্ণ পায় যে বৈষ্ণব নাহি নিন্দে
Prema Bhakti
Prema Bhakti
is for the lotus feet of the Lord.
is for the lotus feet of the Lord.
He who gets Krishna,
He who gets Krishna,
he doesn't blaspheme any Vaishnava.
he doesn't blaspheme any Vaishnava.
Anyone who does not blaspheme the Vaishnavas
So anyone who does not blaspheme the Vaishnavas
who accepts a Vaishnava as his spiritual master,
who accept Vaishnava as his spiritual master,
who stays far away from so-called gurus,
who stay far away from so-called gurus,
that are devoid of devotion to Vishnu,
who are devoid of the devotion to Vishnu,
and are gurus in name only,
and are gurus in name only,
who doesn't glorify the abominable
who doesn't glorify the abominable
activities
activities
of so-called gurus,
of so-called gurus,
with a desire to benefit the entire world,
with a desire to benefit the entire world,
broadcast
broadcast
the insignificance of such a person's activities.
of insignificance of such person's activities.
Such a person attains pure devotional service
Such a person attains pure devotional service
at the lotus feet of Sri Mahaprabhu.
at the lotus feet of Sri Mahaprabhu.
In South India, there's one guru called
So in South India, there is one guru called
Nityananda.
Nityananda
Um,
Baba.
he was found in a compromising situation
He was found in a compromising situation
with some starlet,
with some star,
movie star.
a movie star.
And he's known to be a devotee.
He's known to be a debauchee,
Still people follow him.
but still people follow him.
So what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying
So what Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur said
is actually a factual description of what's happening.
it's actually a factual description what is happening.
In India, there's some so-called guru in Punjab somewhere.
Yes, Guru. In India, there is a so-called guru in Punjab.
And he's in jail now.
He is in jail now.
He molested many disciples.
He molested many disciples.
So one has to be very careful
So one has to be very careful
not to accept any non-Vaishnava guru.
not to accept any non-Vaishnava guru.
নিন্দায় নাহিক কার্য সবে পাবলা এতে কেন না করে নিন্দা মহাভাব
And no benefit, no gain
There's no gain
in acts of blasphemy.
in acts of blasphemy.
Simply one gains sin,
Simply one gains sin,
bad karma.
bad karma.
The most fortunate people
The most fortunate people
do not engage in blasphemy of Vaishnavas.
do not engage in blaspheming of the Vaishnavas.
অনিন্দু হয় যে সকৃত কৃষ্ণ বলে সত্য সত্য কৃষ্ণ তারে উদ্ধারিবে হেলে
Anyone who doesn't blaspheme any devotee and who chants his holy name
and who chants his holy names
will certainly be delivered by Krishna.
will certainly be delivered by Krishna. Hari Bol.
So we should be very careful not to do Vaishnava aparadha.
So we should be very careful not to do any Vaishnava aparadha,
Which is blaspheming the devotee of
which is blaspheming the devotee of
Lord Krishna
Lord Krishna
or saintly persons.
or saintly persons.
He'll easily obtain the mercy of Krishna.
He will easily obtain the mercy of Krishna.
So we get the mercy of Lord Nitai,
So we get the mercy of God Nitai,
and we are able to serve a Vaishnava.
and we are able to serve a Vaishnava.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Thus ends the chapter.
Thus ends the chapter.
Fruit of hearing Sridhar receiving the boon.
Fruit of hearing Sridhar receiving the boon.
May you all got love of Krishna.
You all got love of Krishna.
So tomorrow is the Parikrama.
So tomorrow is the Parikrama.
Also, I was requested by Kavi Chandra Maharaj
Also, I was requested by Kavi Chandran Maharaj
to announce that he's collecting for the Shantipur feast.
that he is collecting for the Shantipur feast.
We distribute khichdi with chutney and different things.
We distribute khichdi with chutney and different things.
And at the Shantipur on the Govinda Dwadasi,
At Shantipur on the Govinda Dwadasi,
where Lord Chaitanya said, anyone who takes prasadam
where Lord Chaitanya said, anyone who takes prasadam
at this place, on this tithi,
at this place, at this tithi,
gets Govinda devotional service,
gets Govinda's devotional service,
gets Govinda Bhakti.
gets Govinda Bhakti.
So if anyone wants to give a donation for this prasad distribution,
So if anyone wants to give the donation to this prasad distribution,
I don't know who is Kavi Chandra. Bhakti Nityananda Maharaj. He is empowered to accept donation for Kavi Chandra Maharaj.
Bhakti Nityanand Maharaj, he is empowered to collect donations.
See that the orange effulgence in his head.
See, the orange effulgence is coming from him.
And then also from my office,
And then also from my office,
Mani Gopal Das.
Mani Gopal Das.
So, if you, many of the emails and phone numbers that we have are no longer functional.
Many emails or the phone numbers are non-functional.
25% work, 75% don't.
25% works, 75% don't work.
So if you want to receive any information from me,
So if you want to receive any information from me,
check with Mani Gopal Das whether your
check with Mani Gopal Das
details are correct or not.
whether your details are correct or not.
Your email, your phone number.
Your email, your phone number.
Here we also have today illustrious Bhakti Vinod Swami.
Here we also have illustrious Bhakti Vinod Swami.
Let's give the Maharaj a big Haribol.
Let's give them Maharaj a big Hari Bol.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.